Heartland fans, something big is happening behind the scenes right now, and not everyone is talking about it the right way. There is a rumor going around that says season 20 production has stopped completely. Other people are saying Tim Fleming is coming back in a way nobody expected. And on top of that, there are whispers about surprises that could change the whole show. So what is actually true and what is just noise? Let's break it down together, piece by piece, so you know exactly what is real and what is not. Before we get into any of the rumors, let's talk about what we actually know for sure, because this part matters a lot. Heartland has been on air for almost 20 years now, and that alone makes this new season feel like a huge moment for the show and for the fans who have followed it since the beginning. CBC, the network that airs Heartland, officially confirmed that the show is coming back for a 20th season. This was not a leak or a guess. It came straight from the show's own official announcement, where they thanked fans for sticking with the series for 2 decades and said they were excited to keep going. Filming for season 20 did not just start quietly either. Production kicked off in May in Calgary, Alberta, which is the same area where the show has always been filmed. This location is important to the show's identity, since the ranch setting and the landscape are a huge part of what makes Heartland feel real to viewers. The filming schedule was set to run for a few months, stretching from May all the way through the end of August. That is a normal production timeline for this show, based on how past seasons have been filmed. As for when we will actually get to watch it, CBC confirmed that season 20 is set to premiere in the fall. That means fans in Canada will likely be the first to see new episodes on CBC and CBC Gem, just like every season before this one. If you are watching from outside Canada, you already know the pattern by now. The show usually takes some time before it reaches other countries and streaming platforms, so patience is part of the deal if you are not watching from Canada. So here is the important part. Based on everything that has been officially shared, there is no confirmed statement from the network or the show saying that production has been halted or stopped. The show announced its renewal, confirmed where filming is happening, and gave a release window, all of which are signs of a project moving forward, not one that is stuck. This is the factual foundation we are working from before we even touch the more dramatic rumors floating around online. Keep this in mind as we move into the next part, because a lot of what people are calling news is really just guesswork dressed up to sound official. Now let's talk about where this halted production rumor even came from, because rumors like this rarely appear out of nowhere. Most of the time, they start from something small and normal that gets blown out of proportion online. It could be a few days without a new photo from the set. It could be an actor not posting anything for a week. It could even be someone mixing up filming breaks with the show actually stopping for good. None of these things mean production has shut down. But online they get turned into big scary headlines because scary headlines get more clicks than calm ones. Think about how a normal TV show actually works behind the scenes. Filming a season is not one non-stop shoot from day one to the last day. There are natural breaks built into the schedule. Actors need rest days. Weather can push a shooting day to another time. Crews sometimes pause for equipment issues or scene changes that take extra planning. All of this is completely normal on almost every show that has ever aired. Yet any pause like this can easily get twisted into a headline that says something dramatic like production has stopped, especially by channels or pages that want quick views more than they want the full picture. Right now, there has been no official word from CBC or from the Heartland team saying that filming has stopped or that anything is wrong behind the scenes. What we do know is that filming began in May in Calgary and was planned to continue for several months, which lines up with a normal working season for this show. If something had truly gone wrong, a show with this much history and this many loyal fans would likely see some kind of statement or update from the network, simply because fans would notice and start asking questions right away. It also helps to remember that Heartland has been through 19 seasons already, which means the people behind this show know how to handle a production schedule. This is not a brand new series still figuring things out. It is a long-running show with an experienced crew, a returning cast, and a network that has supported it for almost 2 decades. That kind of track record does not guarantee nothing can ever go wrong, but it does mean small hiccups are far more likely than a full stop. So where does that leave us with this rumor? Right now, The most honest answer is that there is no solid proof behind the claim that production has been halted. What we have instead is a mix of silence being misread, normal filming breaks being misunderstood, and online pages turning small gaps into big stories. Until there is an actual statement from the show or the network confirming a real problem, this rumor should be treated as unconfirmed talk rather than fact. Keep that in mind as we move into the next part, where things get even more interesting with the talk surrounding Tim Fleming. Now let's get into the part everyone really wants to talk about, the rumors surrounding Tim Fleming. This name alone gets fans talking, because Tim has always been one of the more complicated characters on the show. He is not just background noise in the story. He is Amy and Lou's father, and his relationship with the family has gone through more ups and downs than almost anyone else on the ranch. So when his name starts trending in rumor talk, people pay attention fast, and that is exactly what has been happening lately. Here is where we need to slow down and separate what is confirmed from what is just talk. As of right now, there is no official statement from the show or the network specifically detailing a major new storyline twist for Tim Fleming in season 20. What exists instead is fan speculation, some social media guessing, and the usual online buzz that shows up whenever a character with this much history gets connected to a new season. That does not mean something is not happening with his character. It just means we cannot treat guesses as facts yet. Why does this particular character spark so much speculation in the first place? Part of it comes down to history. Tim has left the show and returned before, and his story has always involved tension, especially around his relationship with the ranch and with his daughters. Because of that pattern, anytime a new season is coming up, fans naturally start wondering if this could be the season where his character gets a bigger moment, a dramatic exit, or some kind of unexpected return to the spotlight. It is less about actual leaked information and more about fans reading into a pattern they have seen before. Another reason this rumor spreads so easily is because milestone seasons tend to bring big character moments. Since this is being treated as a special 20th season, it makes sense that fans would expect meaningful storylines for the characters who have been part of the show since the very beginning. Tim fits that description perfectly, which is exactly why his name keeps getting pulled into these conversations, even without anything solid backing it up yet. So where does that leave things right now? The honest answer is simple. Nothing about Tim Fleming's storyline for this season has been confirmed in detail by the show itself. What we have is a mix of fan theories, character history, and natural excitement around a milestone season, all mixing together to create buzz. Until the show or the network shares something official, this should be treated as speculation worth watching, not a confirmed plot twist. Keep this in mind as we move forward, because next we are getting into the surprises fans are hoping to see this season. Let's shift gears now and talk about the surprises fans are hoping to see this season, because this is the part that keeps people the most excited. When a show reaches its 20th season, expectations naturally go up. Fans start imagining bigger moments, deeper stories, and maybe even a few surprises that feel like a reward for sticking around this long. So it makes sense that this part of the conversation is filled with just as much hope as it is with guessing. One thing that keeps coming up in fan discussions is the idea that the season could bring some kind of special tribute to how far the show has come. 20 seasons is not a small number for any series, and shows that reach numbers like this often find ways to honor their own history. That could mean callbacks to earlier storylines, moments that remind longtime viewers where everything started, or scenes that feel like a nod to the journey the characters have been on. None of this has been officially confirmed in detail, but it lines up with how many long-running shows tend to celebrate a big milestone. Another area fans keep talking about is the ranch itself and how it continues to change. Heartland has always used the ranch as more than just a location. It works almost like another character in the story. Every season tends to bring new challenges tied to the land, the animals, or the family business side of running it. Because of that pattern, it would not be surprising if this season introduces new pressures or changes connected to the ranch, even though specific plot details have not been shared publicly yet. There is also a lot of curiosity around the newer additions to the cast and how their stories might grow. Long-running shows like this one often use big seasons to give newer characters a stronger spotlight, while still keeping the focus on the original family at the center of the story. Fans have been picking up on small hints here and there, but again, none of this should be treated as fact until something is confirmed directly by the show or the network. Then there is the biggest question of all, the one that keeps popping up across fan pages and comment sections, which is whether this could be the show's final season. This idea has been floating around for a while now, but it remains unconfirmed. Nothing official has stated that season 20 is the end. Until a clear announcement is made, this stays in the same category as everything else we have covered today, an idea worth watching closely, but not something to treat as settled truth. So where does all of this leave us? Right now, the real takeaway is that season 20 is moving forward. Filming is happening, and a fall release has already been set. Everything beyond that, from Tim Fleming's storyline to any talk of a final season, still falls under speculation until the show says otherwise. The smartest thing fans can do right now is stay excited, stay curious, but wait for the official word before treating any of these rumors as confirmed. When new details are announced, we will be right here breaking it down for you. So where does everything land after going through all of this? Let's bring it all together in a way that actually makes sense, instead of leaving you with a pile of scattered rumors. The truth is, most of what spreads online about this show falls into one of two buckets. Either it is something confirmed directly by the network, or it is fan talk that sounds convincing but has no real backing behind it yet. Knowing the difference is what separates a well-informed fan from someone who ends up repeating something false without meaning to. On the confirmed side, the facts are actually pretty simple. The show has been renewed for a milestone season. Filming started in Calgary in the spring and was expected to run for a few months. A fall release has already been set through the network. These are not guesses, these came straight from official announcements, which is why they can be trusted as accurate right now. On the unconfirmed side, we have a very different picture. The idea that production was fully halted does not match anything officially stated so far. The talk around Tim Fleming having some major twist this season is still just fan speculation built on his character history, not on any leaked script or official reveal. And the biggest one of all, whether this could be the final season, remains an open question with no real answer yet. All of these ideas are worth paying attention to, but none of them should be treated as settled truth until the show itself confirms them. This is exactly why it matters to slow down before sharing or believing every headline that shows up on your feed. A lot of channels and pages know that dramatic claims get more attention than calm, accurate updates, so they lean into rumors instead of facts because it works better for views. That does not mean every rumor is fake, but it does mean every rumor deserves a second look before you treat it as reality. So if you are a true fan who wants to stay ahead of the actual news instead of getting caught up in noise, the smartest move is simple. Keep an eye on official announcements, treat fan theories as fun but unconfirmed, and remember that patience usually pays off more than jumping on the first dramatic headline you see. This show has earned 2 decades of trust by delivering real stories, not by relying on rumors. And the real updates are always worth the wait. If you enjoyed breaking this down with us, let us know in the comments which rumor you think turns out to be true. We will be keeping a close eye on every new update, and as soon as anything official comes out, we will bring it straight to you, clearly and without the noise. That brings us to the end of today's breakdown. But before you go, let's take a moment to really appreciate what this show has built over the years. Reaching a milestone season is not something that happens by accident. It takes a loyal audience who keeps showing up, a team behind the scenes who keeps putting in the work, and a story that still finds ways to feel meaningful after all this time. Whatever happens with season 20, the fact that this show has made it this far already says a lot about the connection it has built with people watching from all over the world. If you have been with this show since the early days, you already know how much it has grown and changed while still keeping its heart in the same place. And if you are somewhat newer to the show, this is honestly one of the best times to be paying attention, because a milestone season often brings the kind of moments that longtime fans end up talking about for years. Either way, everyone watching right now is part of the same story at this point. just waiting to see what comes next together. We know rumors are fun to talk about. And honestly, they are part of what makes being a fan exciting. Guessing what might happen, debating theories with other viewers, and watching small hints turn into real storylines is part of the experience. The key is just knowing when something is confirmed and when it is still just talk, so you can enjoy the speculation without getting misled by it. So here is what we are going to do moving forward. As soon as anything new comes out, whether that is an official cast update, a real statement about the season, or any confirmed details about the story, we will be breaking it down here in the simplest way possible, without exaggeration and without turning small updates into fake drama. Our goal is to keep you informed the right way, not to chase clicks with claims that are not backed by anything real. Before you leave, drop a comment and let us know what you are hoping to see this season. Are you here for more ranch drama, more family moments, or are you just holding your breath waiting to find out if this really is the final chapter? Whatever your take is, we want to hear it. And if this video helped you separate the facts from the rumors, consider staying subscribed, because more updates are coming as soon as anything official drops. Thanks for sticking with us through this whole breakdown, and we will see you in the next one. This is it. The final word before we wrap things up completely. Let's leave things on a clear note so nobody walks away confused about what is real and what is still just talk. Season 20 is happening. Filming got underway in Calgary in the spring. The schedule stretched across several months, and a fall release has already been locked in through the network. That part is settled, and you can hold onto it as fact. Everything else we covered today, the halted production claim, the Tim Fleming buzz, and the whispers about this possibly being the last season, all of that still sits in the unconfirmed zone. Not fake, not proven, just unconfirmed. That is an important difference, and it is the one thing we want you to walk away remembering most from this whole video. Shows like this one do not last 20 seasons by accident. They last because people keep showing up, keep caring, and keep wanting to know what happens next. That is exactly why rumors spread so fast around a show like this one, because the fanbase genuinely cares. There is nothing wrong with getting excited about theories, as long as you know the difference between what has been confirmed and what is still just a guess floating around online. So here is where we leave things for now. Stay excited about the season ahead, keep an eye out for real announcements, and do not let dramatic headlines pull you into believing something before it has actually been confirmed. The moment anything official comes out, whether it is small or huge, we will be right here to break it down for you the same honest way we did today. Thank you for sticking around through this entire update. If this video helped you sort fact from rumor, that is exactly what we set out to do. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you are hoping this season brings, and we will catch you in the next update the moment there is something real to share.